So, Christy, I think the big thing that we argued on last show is, so you do OF, you have adult content, and you described yourself as conservative and traditional. I think the big sticking point last show was that we rejected your title of being considered traditional.
Yeah.
So you consider yourself traditional, but you post very revealing photos online and you have an OnlyFans. So I guess my question again is, how do you continue to reconcile your basically doing porn and also being traditional?
So I'm a monogamous, and like, I think that just because I have an OnlyFans, people think I'm like having sex with all these people. Like, I'm literally only having sex with my boyfriend. I would never let my boyfriend have sex with someone, or I have sex with someone if I'm in a relationship. I'm not into that. I want to raise my family very traditionally. I believe that the man is the leader of the household and the woman should be the caretaker. Like, I'm going to raise a very traditional family. You know, just because I have OnlyFans with my boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend, that's not going to change how I raise my children or how our household is. Like, we're going to have a traditional household.
I don't think it's the monogamy that's in question. It's the fact that you have an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's what's in question.
Like, here's the definition of conservative: a person favoring free enterprise, private ownership, and socially traditional ideas, also averse to change or innovation, and holding traditional values. Now, when I think of traditional values, I don't typically think that like doing adult content and OnlyFans falls in the lane of tradition, of being traditional.
I think people are just mad because I don't fit into a box, and they wanted to like fit me into some sort of box. Like, my conservative traditional values, I've always had them, and then I got into OnlyFans later, but like, I'm not like, I had like porn stars on the left of me saying how they like have orgies and all this stuff. Like, I don't do stuff like that. So,
but there's photos.
It's like a new day and age. Like, OnlyFans, it's not like, there's so many different.
But Christy, there's photos and videos of you online of you having sex with.
That's
men.
not traditional.
Public nudity is not very traditional and conservative.
Going to raise my children.
But would you be mad if your daughter was doing OnlyFans?
I'm going to raise my kids to be entrepreneurs, and I actually don't want my kids to go to college because they're getting indoctrinated. So whatever they want to do as an entrepreneur.
Is it entrepreneurial to like jam yourself on OnlyFans?
With my boyfriend.
So like what?
But is that entrepreneurial? Like, would Elon Musk look at that and go, "Wow"?
Because it's my business.
Okay, but did your parents raise you as an entrepreneur to make an OnlyFans?
Well, OnlyFans
Hold on.
didn't exist.
Okay. I didn't subscribe to your OnlyFans because I don't do that.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure, but I did look at the landing page, and it says, "Warning: don't stay here too long, or your cock will explode."
Yeah, it does.
Don't you hate it?
Don't
you hate it when your cock explodes when you hang around for too long?
That doesn't strike me. By the way, forgive my French, it doesn't strike me as particularly conservative or traditional.
I have the same description on my comedy website when I sell tickets. Don't come to the show because your cock will explode.
That would actually make me want to come even more.
You'll come.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
We'll all come. It's an orgy.
So...
I think, okay, here's the distinction that I think needs to be made. You're saying that you can be conservative and do OnlyFans. But you love Trump and all these different things, and that's how you vote. You vote red. I would argue that you're a Republican, but not conservative. And there's a huge difference. I think with being conservative, you're conserving something, and typically that means traditional social values. But that doesn't mean that you can't be a Republican. They're just very different.
Yeah, I think you're certainly a Republican.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
grab her by the pussy, 2024. But I think like that's the whole thing.
Where's the Trump photo? Pull the Trump photo up again. But
can you bring Trump on this podcast?
I think that's going to be a stretch, but I'll do my best.
Like my dream.
Would you make content with Trump? Because you said you wouldn't do it with anyone but your ex-boyfriend.
Well, apparently, we were gonna get married, so.
Would you let Trump dick down? Because
If he was my boyfriend.
Do you think he would be your boyfriend? Like, would
No,
he
'cause
leave?
I don't think he's gonna get divorced.
He does like blonde women.
He loves blonde women. He
I don't
loves
want
jackass.
him to get divorced because I want him to be happy, but I do think if he were single, he'd be very happy with me.
Yeah, you look like Melania.
He is like an
Sound like
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He wasn't like. I mean, people could also argue he's not even a conservative, so.
I don't
But
think that's what we're arguing
I
about.
completely understand. Like, I think people are trying to say, "Oh, I'm not a conservative. I'm a Trump supporter or a Republican." But I don't think people understand that I am very conservative in the way I want to raise my children and want my family, and I hate feminism, and I think men should be the leaders and women should take care of the children, and that's what they don't seem to understand.
So you are, let's say you are traditional in all the other realms with the exception of not shooting porn, which I think is that's like
I don't identify as a porn star.
Well, you're getting dick down on the internet, love.
I
You're a
don't
porn
identify
star.
because we can identify any way we
But-
want.
Is it sexual acts that you're doing or just nude photos?
Sexual acts? But just with my boyfriend. Well,
Now
And Trump.
but
likes
Cheeky,
that.
you add that
Are you gonna
caveat in there like
are
that.
you still gonna do the content now that you guys are broken up?
Not with him.
Also, now
with
that you're-
with my new husband that I got engaged
Oh,
to.
her.
So now that you're quote unquote engaged and you want to be a mommy soon, do you think you would stop your OnlyFans to do that?
No.
So you're gonna do
Why not?
OnlyFans when
Wait,
you have
what?
a daughter?
Would
Yeah.
you do pregnant OnlyFans?
Wait, what?
I don't
what-
think that's
what if
raising
your
your
husband
children
was-
very traditionally.
That is
if
not
you
raising
still
your
have an
that is
OnlyFans
not raising a
as a
traditional
mother.
family.
I mean, it's not even gonna be weird by the time I have kids because there's so many.
Your
content
pussy's gonna
creators
be on the
out-
internet.
That's a
Yeah,
fair
I know,
point.
but
That
It's
is
not
a
gonna
fair
be weird.
point.
Like,
Everyone's
there's gonna be
mommy's gonna.
multiple- Yeah, like
That's a fair
everyone's
point.
mom's gonna be have an OnlyFans mom by the time I have.
My
I don't
pussy's
think
not about to be
so.
on the internet. So
Kelly's
Yeah,
pussy-
but
Kelly's pussy ain't gonna be on the
It's not
internet.
gonna be
I
on the
don't.
internet.
I mean, I'm not telling you to put yours on there, but it's not
Collab
going to be a
coming
weird
soon.
job by the time I actually have kids and stuff. And
I see. Here's the
Just-
It's
re-
gonna
just
be a
not-
very
it's
normal
not a
job.
traditional
She's
job.
saying that,
Wait,
that
one at a
culture's
time,
gonna
one at a time.
change. She's saying culture's gonna change by
We
the time
can't
that
let
she
it
has
happen.
kids.
Alex.
already
It'll be
is
normal
happening,
for
and
everyone to have an
can't.
OnlyFans.
We cannot.
already
Hold on. Christy,
normalized.
we cannot allow the Overton window to shift for it to be normalized for your mom to have nude photos of herself on the internet. We
It's just
cannot
that's what
allow.
already is going to happen because of how
We
many
can't do it.
content
We
creators
cannot.
there already are.
We cannot do it.
I have a question.
We
So-
cannot allow
Me,
it.
though, because there's
donated
so
$100. Definitely feel bad for
Crusties.
Crusties.
they're going to be super
These
rich
kids.
though.
But
But
wait,
you're-
if your, let's say your husband is so wealthy, he wants you to be stay at home.
I want to be stay at home.
But
That's
would
the
you
whole
stop?
point.
Would
I
you
stay at
stop?
home.
You
No, but
already
would you
stay
I
stop?
always stay at home.
No, but would you stop doing content?
I don't. It doesn't really make sense to me because why would I I don't want to be a working mom, but I don't really have to do anything to work except for put a camera in my bedroom and make
No,
a
but
lot
your-
of
let's say
money.
your husband-
But if my husband doesn't want me to do it, yeah, I would consider stopping. But
You would
actually,
consider?
yeah, if he doesn't want me to do it, but
So the guy that you're
I haven't been
engaged
in that
to?
situation. My engagement guy, he's down to do it and he's down to promote it. So, and he's from a traditional household.
Okay,
It's
but
quite
are you?
literally
not.
traditional, though.
$99. Dating is difficult as a 29-year-old woman, but it became 10 times harder after hitting a six figures.
Rachel.
Is there hope for women that make a lot of money in the dating scene?
Well, I think you have something on this, but isn't it the case, Q, that as a woman starts earning more, her pool of potential partners tends to shrink?
Absolutely.
What, and why is that?
Absolutely, because women require a man who they feel is more competent than them, and finances is one of the markers that indicates that.
That's true. Men don't really care how much money women make. So.
I think women are more often to leave too because they know they have money and they don't have to
Right.
depend on anyone for money.
You're right.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's cute, and I get it. I get it. I understand. But it comes down to, in a lot of social conversations, women think that men value that. So women will say, the classic question, what do you bring to the table? Oh, I make my own money. well, that doesn't really matter because you're not
That's
really
not
going to be.
benefiting you.
Yeah,
as a
exactly.
man.
You're not
That
going to be
does-
funding the relationship, and you still want me to do it. And
Yeah,
it's a-
so I would agree. I don't think men care about your accolades. I don't think they care about our education level. I don't think they care about how much money that we make, what our career is.
Right, it's
I
just
think
like what you
women
can
think
bring.
that they do, and I don't think men care about that at all.
All right, I think we're gonna have you guys. Let's see if they. Wait. Oh, you guys look kind of similar.
head.
It
Oh,
doesn't
really,
fit?
Brian?
Whoa.
Do we look similar? Is it just because we're
No,
Asian?
Racist.
We're Asian.
yeah,
No,
that's what
because-
I was about to say. It definitely looks similar. Yeah,
Because of the pickle haw buzz. Pickle? Because of the hats, the military helmets. Looks good, Kelly. It's a good look for you. You should try to introduce this to Nordstrom's.
I don't think that would.
You don't think
No.
the World War One
Fuck them
helmet?
then.
No.
It's a good look. Okay. We were talking about tradition.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I don't think it's very traditional to raise your
I don't want to
kids.
sweat.
That's
this.
fine. That's fine. Do you want to just put it on
I'll
Kiki's
just put it-
lap?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Just put it on her lap back there.
Kiki has no knees.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it looked like they were eating.
The rubber, I don't think you can see it on camera, but basically the rubber on her knees, it's like
Wait, not there.
there's a joint. There's a joint,
She tore
and
her
if it's
Achilles or
if it's
ACL.
bent, the rubber sheared. So, okay, Christy. Oh, hold on.
Bender the Offender donated $99. We must not get to a point in society where boys in high school trade nude photos of their friend's mother like baseball cards.
Damn.
Get them graded.
No, 'cause-
Like I said, we cannot allow the Overton window to shift for OF. I invite OF girls on the show. I'm cool with it on that angle, but I don't think we cannot mainstream this.
It can't be normalized.
It'll
It
be the
can't.
downfall of society.
It hurts girls
It already
too.
is.
It hurts young girls. Like it's you sit there at the end of high school and you go, I have a way out. I think the best way for someone to succeed in life is to have no other option. You have to be successful. And it's not saying that people can't be monetarily successful doing OnlyFans, because obviously you are, right? But there's something about not pursuing things that really give you happiness.
Yo,
And
Ben,
sorry,
sorry. Go ahead.
When you see that as an easy option, and it's an easy option. You just still have to do work, but it is like, playing life on recruit mode. It's always a fallback, and I don't think that's a healthy way for young girls to grow up.
I mean, yeah, I think just people don't really understand it. I've had a lot of other jobs, and this is honestly my favorite one, the easiest one, the one that I make the most money. I didn't really have to do anything. I'm just like living my life and
Well, that
like.
just
That's the
Get
thing,
your
though. I
idea of
think a
work.
lot of
It's I don't know. People think I'm not happy because I'm doing it, but it's like the best job I've ever had. So.
Is because it pays or it really gives you something?
No, because it lets me just live my life in a very feminine energy. Like I don't, as a female, I hate
What is-
feminism telling females
Feminine-
should go to
But what is-
work.
It's
What is
not
feminine
feminine
comfort?
energy having
About
guys
your
jack
That
it
is
constantly
work.
to you online, though.
Because I wake up and I decide, oh, do I want to work out? Do I want to go to the pool? What do I want to do? Like, I don't believe like women should really have been like in the workforce in the first place.
But you think
So,
women should open up their pussy on the internet?
Don't open it up.
I mean, rob her by the pussy in 2024. I'm
doesn't
just not
really
bothered.
explain, but
I mean, mine looks really good, so I don't really care if people see it.
Fair enough.
it's just weird to me that you would like possibly consider quitting your OnlyFans if your future
If
quote
he
unquote
wants me to,
fiance
I
wants
would
to, but you wouldn't
consider
just do it out of the sake of your own like goodness and your own values, especially for your children's
Well, you have to
future
take
and your
anything into
traditional
consideration
values.
before you decide on doing it.
That's
I
true.
have a question for you. So, would you want your say you're your daughter's idol or whatever, and she knows you do OnlyFans? Would you let her get the OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would let her see your
I would-
content?
No, I don't. She doesn't need to see my content, but if she wanted to become like an OnlyFans model,
like she's
I don't-
she's
I
having
just don't
she's having
believe
dudes
that.
I believe in freedom and entrepreneurship.
She's having
so
dudes
that's
over
what she
every day
wants to
in
do.
her room
I'm
with
not
the camera.
having dudes over every day.
But I think
No,
when
not
you have,
but
but
her,
Christy,
because she's like I'm saying, she's looking up to you. She's like, oh, my mommy does this. She's making a good life for herself. We're living good.
Through
I'm about to do it.
monogamy, though.
There's been several
She doesn't
cases.
have to know it's through monogamy because
But she would know it was through monogamy.
Through her growing up,
and
she's not gonna know what monogamy is.
I would teach her what monogamy is.
What about for young boys? Like, there's been several cases of young dudes who have they've been
Deleting.
bullied.
Deleting themselves.
Yeah.
because people
Yes.
found out about
My
their
apologies.
mothers.
I wasn't going to say it.
I think you have to just.
Because they get bullied with it. They're getting shown it every day. Look, here's your
My
mum's
kids
pussy.
are coming.
Here's your
Like,
mum's
look,
pussy.
I see your mom.
Clip that.
I'm homeschooling my children.
Well, don't
not
you
to
do
say
it.
They won't be socialized,
He's your mom's
obviously,
pussy.
but I'm not sending
Entrepreneur.
my kids to get indoctrinated into like schools. So
Okay, so
Fair enough.
do we just concede that she's tradition? Like,
I have
you're
a
not.
que-
You're
yeah,
kind of not though.
So how do you
people
like?
just think, okay, I should say I'm
You're-
a Trump supporter and I'm a Republican, but I'm not traditional.
A traditional mum puts cookies in the oven, not
But
cooking.
I am. But I'm going.
Not
to
her cookie on the internet.
I'm literally going to like cook and clean and raise the kids.
Jam
and gonna do
yourself,
all
think-
those
yeah,
things
yeah.
How do you
With
expect
my
to,
husband.
Yeah, which is great, but that's their dad.
Go ahead, Kelly.
How do you expect
Go
to
ahead.
like teach your child monogamy when there's videos of you fucking multiple men on the internet?
Only that have been my boyfriend though. So like I'm always in a monogamous relationship.
But you're
Take monog-
sharing.
I'm sorry.
You're sharing
that's-
the
but-
most sacred part of the relationship with the whole internet.
But a monogamous relationship.
But you're sharing the most sacred part of your relationship with the whole internet.
yeah.
Do you think
I
your
am.
son's
I'm
going to
not
care
that
if it's
monogamous.
you were monogamous with Brian
Oh,
when
the
he shot a
son's
cum
gonna
shot onto
care.
your face? Sorry to use that name.
Wait, what?
But if he saw that and you said no, but I was dating him at the time, he's like, oh, cool, mum, nice, it's got moisturizer.
I mean, like
You keep
my
focusing on
dad's
monogamy.
my stepdad's
Yeah,
a
you keep-
CPA.
you
I think
keep
that's
bringing
a
up
boring
monogamy.
job, but I'm not mad that he's a CPA. Like,
Does he have nudes on the internet?
no, but like.
How do you know that your stepdad doesn't pay to watch your OnlyFans?
Oh,
He probably does. He's just under a different username.
He does.
Q, you had something. Go ahead.
I'm serious.
No one will
Wait,
ever know for sure, but.
Hold on. Go ahead, Q.
I think it's interesting that you keep highlighting monogamy, which tells me that you're more concerned with the perception of being a whore as opposed to what?
I mean, I just only want to have a monogamous relationship. Maybe that's
But how does
correct,
that
like,
negate the fact that you have an OnlyFans though? Like you keep saying
I don't
monogamy,
think
monogamy,
that, like,
monogamy.
since it's with my boyfriend, I'm not like I don't think it's considered being a whore if you're not like sleeping around with like a bunch of people.
But everyone's
Which goes
seeing
to the whole
But you're a
ratio
sex
thing.
worker.
Yeah, exactly.
Like regardless, you're with your man or not. People don't know he's your man. They're not gonna deep
Oh,
dive in.
everyone knows.
No.
Like,
I
think it
openly
depends on-
tell them on my
They're not gonna
OnlyFans.
Showing
deep
your
dive
nudes
and be
to the
like, oh, it's
public.
just because it's her
I
boyfriend.
mean, it's only been the same person.
people
It's
aren't
really my
people
boyfriend.
aren't gonna come on your show because they're like, oh, it's just her and her boyfriend. They're coming on your show because you're getting fucked, and that's all they care about.
You
It
had
sounds
something?
Like, yeah, I was just gonna say, it sounds like this disagreement is kind of like how you define monogamy. Because if you didn't,
No, it has nothing to do with monogamy.
No, but what
It's
you guys
strictly-
like, what Q is saying is that
Hold on just a sec.
$99. Just because you get dick down in a MAGA hat doesn't make you conservative. You're lying to yourself, like you lied about the police officer assault. Yes, I know the truth.
Do you want to address
Hi,
that?
Brandon.
Yeah.
Is that the X?
There was an article, and it was if you like have a brain, clearly could tell the guy that wrote it was really, really mad that I'm a Republican and trying to make me look bad. But yeah, I didn't like get any like charges or anything for that. It's just an article. On the
What did you
internet.
do?
It says I assaulted a police officer, but
What happened?
I didn't actually assault a police officer.
The charges were dropped, or
Yeah.
oh,
Free
but you
subscriptions.
were so. Okay.
I was in my own home, and like
Free subscription.
there weren't supposed to be police let in the first place, and yeah, the charges were dropped.
But so you
and the article
you
was
got
made because
okay, but you
the
got
guy was trying to bash me for like being a Trump supporter, but like not backing the blue, like so he's just trying to make me.
so
look
you
bad.
got arrested, but the charges were dropped. Is that correct? Okay, all right. Go
yeah,
ahead.
To finish my thought, it sounds like, you know, what Q and maybe what Brian you're saying also is that monogamy isn't just, you know, a penis inside a vagina, but it's also who you're stimulating sexually, visually. So it sounds like the argument that you guys are making is that if you're stimulating other people sexually, then that in itself is not monogamous.
That's
And
actually a very good point.
Even
That's
the
a very
bio,
good point.
even the bio on the OnlyFans, your dick will explode.
You're also
Like
not.
that's almost cheating, right? Like if you have a boyfriend and then imagine saying your
Making
boyfriend
another dude's
It
dick.
depends.
Yeah, like, what have you been doing all day? Making dicks explode?
It just depends. Like my ex didn't have any problem with my OnlyFans. I think he liked my OnlyFans more than I liked it. So.
But Christy,
That's not
if
the
you
issue.
consider yourself to be conservative, but you still have an OnlyFans, and you're really worried about, well, I'm monogamous because I'm only having sex with my boyfriend, all these different types of things, and you promote the idea of conserving family and all of that, don't you think that the content you're putting out has the potential to destroy other marriages and other families? There are probably a lot of married men that are subbing to your content.
Yeah, but that's not.
But you don't
like,
care because you're getting money at the end of the day.
The thing is, it's just like if people are gonna do what they want to do, they're gonna watch whatever they're gonna do. Like I can't control their actions, so I understand why like your point. But like I said last time, I'm like, it's not my fault Eve ate the apple. Like I can't control people's actions. You know what I mean? Like
You
that's
can't
not
control
up
their
to
actions,
me.
but you're also condoning their behavior of just subscribing to your
Does that
OnlyFans.
And you're
matter?
okay
Like,
with,
people
yeah,
sell
being
weird shit all
able
the
to-
time. People sell like protein powders to someone who's not going to the gym. They're still spending that money. Like, does it matter that she's selling something? Like, even if it is herself.
It's
like,
just the selling it period. Like,
Yeah, but-
at the end of the day, it's just
So is
yeah.
it supposed to be free on Pornhub? I'm confused.
No, it's
you're
just
not
exposing
supposed to do it.
yourself.
Don't give it at all.
Yeah.
make people work for it.
Yeah.
Buy your dinners because it's the same thing, right?
Well,
The
they're
dinner
bad.
But
costs-
I want to bring up.
So shit.
Flan Life, thank you very much. Oh wow, everyone's getting in on the thank you, Flan Life. Good to see
Conformity.
you. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you. I think that just the big thing is, and just the way you've described it, like you may very well, in all other aspects, in all other realms, you might very well fit into like your traditional in terms of your politics, in terms of how you want to raise your family, perhaps some of your other values. But in this specific instance, I think it's like I think the fact that you are engaged in doing adult content precludes you from identifying as someone who's traditional.
Yeah, that's making a lot of people very mad.
That you're identifying as.
I identify.
I don't
as
think
a
it's making us
conservative.
mad. We're just trying to get to the
Oh, no,
bottom.
not you.
No.
Like,
I mean,
people-
like
No,
in
it's
general,
just
I think we're
laughing.
just
We
trying to get to the bottom of how you're viewing it.
Will you admit that you are in this particular dimension when it comes to, producing this sort of content, that you're not tradition? I don't know what the synonym would be of tradition.
I don't have
progressive.
a traditional job.
Would you acknowledge that you're progressive in this particular realm?
Just
Is that the
like
synonym
in that
of traditional
one
progressive?
situation, that's
Liberal?
like the only thing that
Non-traditional?
you could say would be non-traditional.
Okay, so you would.
That would be the one. Like me having an OnlyFans might be a non-traditional job, but the way I think every single other part of it is.
But it's the
very
ratio.
traditional.
Because like
Yeah,
that's a
but
really
but
heavy.
There's so many traditional things, and then it's out of one.
So let's say
that's
it's a
still
scale.
Huge ratio.
Sure.
Traditional part.
Yeah, let's say there's a scale of being a traditional person, and you have to like drop various factors for the scale to reach a threshold of being considered traditional. And then you have on the other side of non-traditional.
I only have one
You have
non-traditional.
but that's like a huge weight on the
Yeah, that's
non-traditional
probably
side.
weighted the most.
Let's let this come through.